Top 25 hardest bosses in Black Myth Wukong, man. Let's watch this one, man. Let's enjoy this one. Let's see if we agree with their list. Oh, hold on. What am I doing?
Much like the source material Journey to the West, where the Monkey King Sun Wukong must overcome 81 trials to complete his adventure, the destined hero in Black Myth Wukong must conquer over 80 boss fights to fulfill his destiny. With so many boss fights to tackle, all of which you can learn the best strategies to beat in IGN's Black Myth Wukong guide, we figured it was time to rank the hardest boss fights in the game. With so many to choose from, it was hard to whittle down the list to 25, but ultimately, these are the bosses that pushed us to nearly break our controllers.
Hey, I know who has to be number one. I know who has to be number one on that list. If that boy is not number one, we're gonna break a controller. Not my controller though. Their controller.
Okay, Mad Tiger is one of the easiest bosses on this list, but he's still no cakewalk if you're not a ninja monkey ready to kick ass.
Hey, Mad Tiger, I didn't whip his ass until New Game Plus 2. New Game Plus 1. I didn't even know about him. It's the second time I played the game and oh shit, I didn't beat this. This is Mad Tiger. And then I whooped his ass on the first try because I was used to the game at that point.
There's no finesse to fighting Mad Tiger. The big fella charges straight at you and can take big chunks off your health if he lands a hit. So time your dodges to perfection and then attack. Simple.
Hey, Sinner, yes, I'm glad you're here, but I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, you're gonna what? You're gonna see all the bosses.
Well, kind of.
Not all, but top 25. Let's see if we agree with them.
The Wandering Wight is an early optional boss that just sort of wanders, hence the name, around the first area of the game. What gives the Wandering Wight a spot on this list is not so much the fight itself, but just how he's just sort of there. So
yeah, the Wandering Wight, bro, he's a problem. He is a goddamn problem. My first, he is in chapter 1, and he's like the first introduction to the game. He gave me a hard time, man. I think it took me, 2 days? 2 days to beat his ass. He whooped my ass multiple times, but the second time I faced him, yes, I enjoyed this fight, man. It was a good introduction to the game. Great introduction to the game. Yeah, man, I enjoyed this one too.
So much so that you might mistake him for a regular, tough enemy until you attack him and realize that he has a boss health bar. It's therefore likely that you'll die at the hands of the Wandering Wight on your first couple of tries, but he's a sign of things to come. Boss battles in Black Myth Wukong are sometimes hidden, but often they're very much in plain sight and can happen at any time in the game. Don't say we didn't warn you. Kang Jin Star is an unassuming boss.
They put her at number 23. Bro, she's in my top 10, bro. She made me, bro. Oh my god.
First, her glowing eyes are kind of weird, but surely she can't be that dangerous, right? Oh, holy shit, she can turn into a giant dragon that spits lightning death from the skies. In fact, all of her lightning attacks deal a ton of damage, and because she has both long and close range attacks, it's actually pretty tricky to land a decent hit on her. Plus, like Black Myth's...
She's in your top 10 too, huh? Yeah. Yeah, Mike. I hate her so much, bro. Oh my god, bro. No, I don't know how she's number 23. 23, bro? She's in my top 10 too, bro. Like, god damn, I hated her, man.
Other lightning-based bosses, her attacks are rapid fire, so you better nail your timing, otherwise you'll get hit by a thunder blast that will fry Monkey's fur in a flash.
Master's right. Monkeys are set in their ways.
When I first saw the Supreme Inspector, I mistook him for a giant rooster, but the reality...
But number 22, the Supreme Inspector? Then again, in New Game Plus, you can whip his ass like this. But Supreme Inspector number 22? Oh, hell no. Not for me, dog. Supreme Inspector is in my top 10 too. Boy, nah. He wasn't, he was hard for me, man. He took me a day. He took me a day, bro. You know, the first version of him, I whooped his ass. But this version?
Is much worse. He's a winged man with a hand for a head, and it's every bit as gross as it sounds. It is tough too, and has a bunch of attacks that slowly chip away at your health unless you're able to quickly stun him. And watch out for his burning ring too, which, by the way, you can blow away with the plantain fan.
I learned that in New Game Plus. Since I be using the plantain fan everywhere, I learned that you can blow off his fire with the fan.
Adorable warthog carries a rake and looks like something from a Disney movie, but he's actually a ferocious little shit. He wallows in a giant pool of mud, which makes it really hard to move around and dodge his attacks. Worse still, he ditches the cuteness for the second phase of the fight, transforming into a grotesque boar that gouges with foot-long tusks.
He wasn't too hard.
Survive that, and
He
the
was just
final part
annoying.
of the battle sees him melting into the mud
Yeah.
and charging you down as a huge amorphous fish thing.
I just didn't
does
like that
massive
part.
Damage. No, thank you.
Yeah, he wasn't too hard. He wasn't too hard. He was just annoying as hell, man. Especially when he transformed into the mud. Man, nah, bro. Other than that, he was just annoying, man. But he was an easy fight.
Despite ditching its human form and going full dragon right from the start, Red Long is the easiest of the dragon bosses. Like Kang Jin Star and the other dragon bosses, he wields devastating lightning attacks, but it's his speed that you really need to watch out for. Keep dodging and focus attacks on the bells on his back.
When you get behind the dragon, this one, I think I beat him after like two hours in there. Maybe an hour or two. But like when you get behind his back, when you understand that, it's easy. As soon as you get behind his back, it's game.
Back to stun him temporarily, giving you a few seconds to tear him a new one.
See you, Jude.
What do Red Long and Black Long have in common? Apart from being a giant pain in the butt when it comes to fighting them, not much. But one is a long
first
slithering
try.
dragon, and this guy is a chubby pigman with a dragon.
Man.
Dual wielding lightning maces, Black Long
was
is an
annoying,
optional boss in
man.
Chapter 2, but trust us, you should level up before you even think about challenging him. His electrical attacks are more than just visually stunning and do heavy damage whether you're close or far away.
He was
dodge
annoying.
through his attacks, roll up behind him, and stick your staff where the sun doesn't shine. White-clad Noble is the first multi-stage boss in Black Myth Wukong.
I ain't gonna lie, this guy gave me a hard time. This guy gave me a hard time, bro. Second phase of this guy was so annoying, man.
So just when you think he's down, he gets right back up again. He also looks like an old man the first time around, but then comes back as a crazy-looking half-snake man thing. The key to beating White-clad Noble is patience. Rushing head-on is almost a guaranteed death wish, but dodging his attacks from afar and waiting for the right moment to strike is a surefire way to put him down. Twice. Tiger Vanguard is a badass tiger mark.
Bro, this one is good, man. Tiger Vanguard, man. Tiger Vanguard is definitely in my top 10 too, bro. I appreciate this fight, man. This one was... Till this day, I still struggle to beat him, man. I love fighting this dude right here, man. Oh my god, he is so aggressive. He's one of the most aggressive bosses in the game, bro.
Martial artist who you fight in a pool of blood. Yes, it's as cool as it sounds. He hits harder and faster than any of the bosses you've previously faced too, so make sure you have strong gear and a load of buffs to help in the fight. Have you ever played against someone in a fighting game like Tekken that just button mashes and seems like they never give you a
16? Oh no, yeah, David, I agree with you, man. It was a dance, bro. 16? Ermeline 16? Stop it. Stop it.
chance to actually press a button yourself? That's kind of what it's like fighting the Emerald Arm Mantis. This boss attacks extraordinarily fast and is extremely aggressive, granting you precious few opportunities to turn the tables and land hits yourself. Fortunately, all your spells work great here. Immobilize can stop it in its tracks, giving you opportunities to stagger. Most of its attacks can be reflected with Rock Solid, and Pluck of Many allows you to overwhelm it with clones that all deal big damage.
Man, look how he made it sound. Look how he made it sound so easy. Man, that boy whooped my ass many times, dog.
If the Duskvale was a member of your family, it would be the creepy relative that no one wants to sit next to. I mean, just look at it. No thanks. This skeletal Wendigo-like monster has ferocious, unrelenting attacks that make this boss fight far more challenging than it has any right to be. His wild swings and combos are difficult to read too, making him a particularly tricky boss to get the better of. Also, every attack, particularly in the second stage, has some kind of twist to it. Dodge to swing? Doesn't matter. The spikes that shoot out of its arms will tear you to shreds while you're busy feeling smug. Honestly, it would be great if you could just leave the cloud-treading deer well alone. It's just there, minding its own.
This fight right here, I did not enjoy it, man. The deer, I did not enjoy the deer, man. Oh man, the Duskvale, hey, that shit looks straight out of a Bloodborne gameplay, man. Especially in second phase. Damn, bro. You like the deer? Oh lord, I had a hard time with the deer, bro. Yeah, man, the Duskvale literally got to attack his leg the whole entire time. That's the only thing you can hit, man. And that things keep moving. Yeah, man, top 10. Me too, man.
Its own business in the middle
This one was not hard, it's just annoying.
of a grassy field, but he stands in the way of the Destined One becoming a legend, and so it must die. This four-legged giant hits like a horse.
His second phase was so annoying.
Literally, its hind leg kicks out with enough force to break your spine in a split second. What makes it extra challenging though is the fact that the first phase has you dealing with potentially getting frozen by its frost-enhanced attacks, and the second phase switches gears to force you to handle poison, so you gotta be prepared to deal with both status ailments. Unlike some bosses on this list, Stone Monkey isn't what you would usually call a two-phase boss. Rather, it's a boss that evolves into the Great Sage's Broken Shell, and while its second form is the more formidable of the two, the Stone Monkey is no pushover either. For starters, he's more than twice the size of our furry hero, and is super aggressive too, but his
Stone Monkey? Now?
attacks are crude and can be dodged fairly easily. He's way tougher after he becomes the Great Sage's Broken Shell, and his ranged attacks like the Ring of Fire are nasty. What is it with this game and burning rings? Okay.
Bro, I struggle with Stone Monkey so much. Bro, I beat Erlang. I took a break, came back, and I struggled with him, bro.
Okay, this guy looks freaking scary. He's properly huge
Like, this guy,
and
to put this guy over Stone Monkey? I whooped this dude.
carries around a Buddha head the size of an SUV. The Yellow Wind Sage will be a proving ground for a lot of players, as it's the first properly tough boss in Black Myth Wukong. Wandering White was tough for an early optional boss that just wanders around. The white-clad noble was tough because it's your first time having to pace yourself for a two-phase fight. But the yellow wind sage is difficult in just about every way. It hits like a truck, it's very tricky about the timing of all of its attacks to make them difficult to dodge, and if you don't have the wind
I don't remember struggling with him like that. I think I struggled more with the deer than this guy.
tamer vessel, you should really get the wind tamer vessel, you'll have to deal with encroaching sandstorms throughout the second phase as well that make it even harder to land hits on him.
Yeah, the tiger is harder than
We'd
this
shake this
dude.
guy's hand for having such an awesome name
Lord.
if he wasn't such an asshole.
Captain
Captain
Wise
Wise
voice.
is a weird
I
looking
did
thing,
not struggle with
horns
this
and
one.
arms and
I
legs
think I
sticking
beat
out
him in my
every
first
direction.
two. No,
It's insanely
third.
tough too, and
Third.
even your strongest attacks barely touch
Third
his health
try.
bar. But the real thing that makes this battle difficult is the fact that he can shrink your maximum life bar by half, allowing you to take less damage and dramatically reducing the
I didn't
effectiveness
even
of your
notice that.
healing gourd. Oh, and don't forget the laser that shoots out of its metal orb brain thing. So yeah, great
No,
name,
I did not
and
like
also
this
one of
one
the
either.
toughest and most annoying bosses you'll
it was
encounter.
getting weird. Especially with the visuals, man. I was like, man, what is this?
Now that we're in the top 10, things are starting to heat up. While many might mock Yellowbrow's big, bushy eyebrows,
Yeah, this one is a good boss, man. This one, you had to be patient, man. You can't get too aggressive with this guy, man. You let him do his thing, you do your thing. You guys meet each other, you guys back up. He do his thing, you do your thing. No, this guy, nah, man. Hey, Yellowbrow. This one is a fun boss right here. I did appreciate this.
we're gonna give him the respect he deserves because, frankly, he's a dick. And a hard one at that. Armed with an electric mace and an ornate flask, Yellowbrow has hard-hitting area of effect attacks that send shockwaves across the entire area. But the real challenge comes later, when Yellowbrow turns to gold, making him practically
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? Welcome to the chat, my man. Welcome to the chat.
impervious to attacks. It's a long and grueling
Hey, it's all
battle
good, man.
compounded
You're
by the
watching,
fact
that's all that
his attacks
matters.
Take chunks out of your health.
It took you 3 days to beat him. I don't remember how many days it took me. I fought against him. I lost, and the next day I
While
beat
it's
him.
feeling like you're barely even hurting him, no matter how good your build is.
Yeah, man. You had to study with this one, man.
Welcome to one of the hardest fights in the whole game. The Yaksha King wields
Oh.
two extremely large blades, which sprout out of his arms and grow bigger as the fight goes on. Which means it can be tough to build up a rhythm and makes it trickier to time dodges.
Oh my lord! 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 This one was hell. He was hell. He was hell. He was hell. 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 I did. He whooped my ass so many times. Soul, you understood. You understood the signals. Thank you. Appreciate you. You're a real homie. See, that's a real homie right there, man. You don't have to say anything. He understood. He understood. Bro. Oh man, it was a good fight, but he did whoop my ass, bro. Oh my god. He whooped my ass, man.
Two extremely large blades, which sprout out of his arms and grow bigger as the fight goes on. Which means it can be tough to build up a rhythm and makes it trickier to time dodges.
Yo,
Even worse,
welcome
a
to
single
Streaming
hit is enough
Giant,
to take a
bro.
good chunk of
Welcome
your
to the
health.
chat,
so
guys.
good luck surviving for more than a few minutes. The Yaksha King excels at close quarters combat, which is bad news for you because you have to get right in his grill to do damage. Why couldn't he be long-sighted and struggle to land a hit? But between sharp area of effect attacks that force you to dodge backwards, the Yaksha King is a battle that requires precision and patience to come close to beating.
How come
Do
he
you
had a
always pick a
circle
fight
over
with
there,
fishermen
bro?
sitting peacefully by the edge of the lake, waiting for the next bite? If so, then Cyan Long is right up your street. This
Yo, that boy whooped my ass,
optional
man.
boss is a large, sword-wielding dragon swordsman
Oh
who
my
can fly through the
God,
air.
bruh. He
Majestically,
whooped
I
my
might add.
ass,
It really is a
dog.
sight to behold. His sword strike is also hard to dodge, meaning the window to land a good hit is small, so
Oh,
don't
yes,
waste
he
your
was.
opportunity to hit him when it arises. Like the other Long fights, Cyan Long also has electrical attacks, giving him a deadly
the
edge both
PvP.
close and long range. Despite all that, he's still not the toughest Long fight in the game.
He was a great fight, man.
But before we get to that, this fearsome Miao Guai is a fiery berserker.
I beat this guy in my first playthrough. Oh my god, I was so excited, man. I got there, I just whooped his ass one time. One time. Everybody told me this guy was strong. But in New Game Plus, I lost against him twice.
Whose non-stop attacks means you'll be spending more time dodging than hitting. Similar to the Duskvale, Bishui Golden-Eyed Beast incessantly comes
This game is Black Myth Wukong on crack. It's Black Myth Wukong, bro.
at you with his mighty fists and fire breath, leaving you with hardly any breathing room. Honestly, this guy never gives it a rest, and genuinely, it feels like there's no opening to retaliate. But if you fancy having a little fun with this hot-headed monster, bait him into a nearby ice cave to cool him off. This changes his fire attacks to ice, which are much easier to deal with. And here he is, the hardest Long in Black Myth Wukong. Like his peers, Yellow Long has wildly tricky attacks that are tough to dodge, but that's not the main reason you'll struggle. During
Shout out to one of the goats, man. This is a fun freaking boss, bro.
his second phase, Yellow
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Long will constantly make it seem like you need to dodge, only to hold his attacks a few seconds before the real swing of his halberd comes. If you haven't mastered dodging, then you're gonna be stuck on this brute for hours.
Oh man, I haven't heard this noise in
If
no
you thought
time.
Tiger Vanguard and Mad Tiger
Thank you
were
for
tough,
subscribing
you
to the
haven't seen
channel, my
anything
boy.
yet.
Welcome
Tiger
to
is a giant
welcome to the
tiger-head
family,
warrior
man.
who carries a great sword the size of a bus. No, seriously. look at
Welcome
that.
to the family, my boy, man. Welcome, welcome,
The duel
welcome.
that ensues is a total epic, and unsurprisingly for the
Oh
number 5 on
man,
this
this
list,
makes sense, bro. This guy is tough,
is
man.
also one of the hardest fights in the game.
Oh my
Yin
god.
Tiger's large swings are fast and hit like a truck, a common theme for Wukong's best fights, but Yin Tiger's speed is what sets him apart from similar bosses. His ability to disappear and then reappear out of nowhere makes this challenging boss fight also one of the best in the entire game.
Hell
And
yeah,
trading
hands
blows
down,
with
bro.
Yin Tiger feels like pure
Hey,
kung fu
yeah.
cinema. It's hard, but man, it's so good.
Oh man, he
Scorpion
was
Lord is
tough.
a giant
This guy whooped my ass so many times. I think he whooped my ass for 8 hours straight.
scorpion man, and yeah, count me out.
Oh yeah, you beat the tiger before.
Like the nasty little arachnid he's based on, Scorpion Lord's giant tail, topped with a poisonous sting, is his
Yes,
deadliest
sir, man. Every subs count, man. Every subs matter, man. We are getting close. Close, dog.
attribute, and he's able to swing it to hit you.
Hey,
He
he's
also
one
has
of
a
the most
single giant
aggressive,
pincer, but while he might only have one, it's
bosses
powerful
in the
enough to
game.
pop your head like a pus-filled pimple.
He doesn't
so don't let him
stop.
get a grip. That's easier said than done because Scorpion Lord is aggressive with a capital Ah! And if you make a single mistake, you'll be severely punished.
Yes, sir. He does.
Hey, you know what? Screw the 100-eyed Taoist Master. This half-centipede abomination not only murders a spider mom in front of her own daughters, his second phase becomes nearly impossible without the help of a sacred side quest item. Armed with magical abilities, poison breath, a giant sword, and a bad attitude,
I'm not gonna put this guy that high.
100-eyed
I'm not gonna put him this high. To be honest, thank you for chat for helping me to get all the items to fight this guy. But for real, no, he is too high right now. He is too
Taoist
high right
Master
now.
is one of the hardest bosses in Black Myth Wukong. And that's saying a lot because you literally get help from giant spiders when you fight him.
He is not that hard. He did whoop my ass,
Some of the
but
best boss fights in video games are the ones that tell a story through gameplay and mechanics. And that's exactly what the final boss battle, not counting the true ending, of Black Myth Wukong does so effectively. It's a passing
I count this dude as a stone monkey,
of
so
the torch between the empty shell of the old Sun Wukong and the destined one. The fight begins with you fighting what is essentially
he is so annoying, man. He is so annoying, man.
just a husk of Wukong. But as the fight continues, more and more of the old Wukong starts to return to the stone monkey, until eventually you're fighting a near carbon copy of the Monkey King, who uses all of your own abilities against you, to great and often amusing effect. During our playthrough, there was a moment where I tried to take a sip from my flask,
He top
only
two.
for the boss to immobilize me mid-drink.
He top
before
two. He
slowly
top
walking
two.
over,
He's
grabbing the
definitely top
flask,
two,
and then
David.
drinking
He's top
it
two.
himself. It's one of the coolest moments of
And he's very disrespectful. He is very, very, very disrespectful as a boss, man. Man, I only whooped his ass 4 times. 4 times. You don't
any
get
boss
him.
battle in recent memory, even if its appeal does wear thin after you've been stuck for hours on end without a way to skip the animation. Finally, we've made it to the hardest boss in Black Myth Wukong.
My nemesis. Oh man, this guy he was living in my head rent free for days, for 4 days. I would go to sleep and wake up like Yellow Long. Yellow Long. Bro, I'll be having bad dreams of Yellow Long, bro. I mean Erlang, bro. I'll be having bad dreams of Erlang, bro. Oh my god, bro. Erlang is the scariest boss. Look at this dude right here, man. Erlang is pound for pound the best.
Wukong. Erlang, the sacred divinity, is the secret final boss of the game. But you probably
And he's hiding in chapter 3.
also recognize him from the tutorial boss from the opening cinematic. But this isn't a tutorial anymore. As the final boss, Erlang comes at you full power, summoning huge weapons while remaining relatively unharmed thanks to his durable shield. Since Erlang summons new
That's the thing, man. Without the shield, bro, you can whoop this dude ass like this. Even though he's a great boss, he got great attacks, great movement. He got great swag with it. You know, you don't really know what he's gonna do. You think you know his pattern and then he switch it up. But bro, the shield dog is undefeated, man. Erlang shield is undefeated, man.
numerous gigantic weapons beyond just his spear, it's hard to predict his movements. He might summon a giant axe to pummel you into the ground, or a giant lightning sword that deals massive area of effect damage. He can even take a swipe at you as a freaking tiger. Erlang has a near limitless arsenal of weapons and spells, and it'll take a level of cunning on your part to counter, dodge, and survive all of them, which is why we've ranked him as the hardest boss in Black Myth Wukong.
Pound for pound. Hey man, at the end of the day, man, it comes down to your skills, man, and your style of play, man. But number one, yes, it's definitely Erlang, man. De facto, pound for pound, the best at this game, man. Alright. Hopefully in the DLC they're gonna bring some other cool bosses that we can face. But for now, man, yeah, IGN, I will agree with you. Numero uno is definitely Erlang, man. Alright. I know you guys send me videos, but I got another